Everyone talks about love, feelings, romance, and perfect couples. But Islam teaches something higher. Marriage is not about finding someone who completes your dunya. Marriage is about finding someone who helps you complete your akhirah. It's easy to smile in good days. Real marriage is seen in the days of tears, misunderstandings, and tests, when you still choose each other, not because of emotion, but because Allah joined your hearts. When a husband protects his wife's dignity, when a wife protects her husband's honor, when prayer becomes their shelter and mercy becomes their language, that love is not ordinary. That is love written by Allah. That is love that leads to Jannah. Marriage in Islam is not only about two people holding hands, it's about two souls holding each other up when life becomes heavy. It's about transforming love from a temporary feeling into a permanent act of worship. Anyone can fall in love, but only believers stay in love with responsibility. When marriage becomes a journey of Imaan, love is not measured by how many times someone says "I love you," but by how many times they say, "Let's pray together. Let's fix this for Allah. Let's protect each other's hearts from sins. Let's make our home a place Allah loves." This is the love that has weight in the sight of Allah, because emotions rise and fall. Butterflies come and go. But love built on faith does not collapse when feelings change. When Iman enters the heart, a husband loves his wife not just because she is beautiful, but because she is a blessing from Allah. A wife loves her husband not just because he gives comfort, but because Allah chose him to protect her. Two people who love each other for the sake of Allah don't run away when times get difficult. Instead, they come closer to Allah and closer to each other. In that kind of marriage, arguments end with understanding, mistakes end with forgiveness, pain ends with dua, and love ends with Jannah. Real love is not found in fairy tales or movies. Real love is when both husband and wife lift each other spiritually. He reminds her of Allah with kindness. She reminds him of Jannah with patience. They pray for each other in private when no one is watching. That is love that survives. That is love that grows. That is love that is written by Allah. And when marriage becomes worship, the relationship becomes more than happiness. It becomes a path to paradise. A marriage that is built only on emotions is like a house made of paper. The moment the wind changes, it falls apart. Feelings are beautiful, but they are not always loyal. Some days you love with intensity, and some days the heart feels heavy, tired, or distant. That is human nature. But when a husband and wife see their relationship as worship, not just emotion, everything changes. Marriage in Islam is fueled by intention. You do not stay with your spouse only because they make you feel good, but because Allah has placed both of you in each other's lives for a reason. Every sacrifice, every moment of patience, every time you control your anger, every time you forgive, every time you choose silence over fighting, you are not doing it to win the argument. You are doing it to win Allah's pleasure. This is why marriages based on Iman last longer. When feelings get weak, faith keeps them strong. When one person is tired, the other reminds them of Allah. When the world becomes loud, the two of them find calmness in prayer. They do not treat marriage like an emotional drama or temporary excitement. They treat it like a trust from Allah. Looks fade, attraction can fade, jobs can be lost, health can weaken, but the one thing that keeps a marriage alive is the reminder that we did not come together by accident. We came together because Allah planned it. So we fix our problems for His sake. We stay loyal for His sake. We forgive for His sake. We protect each other from sins because we fear losing Allah's blessings. When a couple understands this, No argument becomes permanent, no mistake becomes unforgivable, and no silence becomes the end. They know the purpose is bigger than the pain. Their goal is bigger than their ego. Their reward is bigger than anything in this dunya. That is why marriages rooted in faith do not just survive storms, they rise above them. Because when you hold on to Allah, He holds your hearts together. When a marriage is guided by Imaan, patience becomes one of the most beautiful forms of love. It is easy to be kind when everything is calm, when both people are smiling, when life feels light. The real test appears when emotions are high and hearts feel heavy. In that moment, patience is what protects a marriage from breaking apart. A person with Imaan does not rush to anger. They do not fire hurtful words like weapons. They pause, they breathe, and they remind themselves that Allah is watching. They know that every word can either build their marriage or destroy it. So they choose silence over shouting, gentleness over ego, forgiveness over winning. Patience in marriage is not weakness, it is strength. It means controlling your tongue when you feel like exploding. It means fixing the problem instead of attacking the person. It means holding the heart that is hurting even when your own heart is tired. And every time you choose patience, Allah writes a reward for you that no one else sees. There will always be misunderstandings. There will be days where the heart feels cold, where small things annoy you, where you feel unheard or misunderstood. But the couple that has Imaan knows that storms do not last forever. They do not say everything they feel in anger, because once a knife cuts, the wound remains long after the moment has passed. They choose to heal, not harm. A patient husband is not someone who never gets angry. He is someone who controls himself because he wants Allah to be pleased with him. A patient wife is not someone who never feels hurt. She is someone who stops her tongue from saying what she will regret later. When patience lives inside a marriage, arguments become shorter, love becomes stronger, and Shaitan loses his power. Angels fill the home, because Allah loves those who remain patient when they are tested. And when two hearts choose patience instead of pride, their marriage becomes safer, softer, and stronger every single day. Every marriage has moments where hearts are hurt, words are misunderstood, and mistakes are made. Two people living under the same roof will not always think the same or feel the same. There will be days of disappointment, days of weakness, and days where silence feels easier than speaking. But when a marriage is built with Imaan, forgiveness becomes the medicine that keeps the relationship alive. Forgiveness in marriage is not about saying the other person was right. It is not about pretending the pain never happened. Forgiveness means choosing peace over pride. It means saying, I could hold on to this and let it poison us, but I choose to let it go for the sake of Allah. Many marriages die not because of big problems, but because of small wounds that are never healed. A look, a sentence, a careless moment, and the heart stores it. When these wounds are not forgiven, they slowly build walls between two people who once loved each other deeply. But when forgiveness enters, the walls turn into doors again. A believer forgives not because they are weak, but because they understand that everyone makes mistakes. Just as we beg Allah to forgive us, we must learn to forgive the people we love. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ taught us that the strongest person is the one who controls anger, not the one who wins the argument. Sometimes, forgiveness will come with tears. Sometimes it will come with silence. Sometimes it will feel unfair. But every time you forgive for Allah, He replaces your pain with calmness and puts barakah in your marriage. Hearts that forgive carry no bitterness. They sleep with peace. They love without fear. You do not forgive to erase the past. You forgive to protect the future. Because forgiveness is not just between two spouses, it is between you and Allah. And when Allah sees that you forgive His servants for His sake, He opens doors of mercy in your life that you never expected. A marriage that can forgive is a marriage that can survive, because two hearts that know how to heal each other will always find their way back, even after the hardest days. Many marriages do not break because love disappeared. They break because kindness disappeared. When a marriage is guided by Imaan, communication becomes an act of mercy. Words are no longer bullets. Voices are no longer weapons. The goal is not to win, but to understand. A believer speaks with gentleness even when upset. They know that a single sentence can either heal a heart or crush it. They know that harsh words cannot be taken back, so they choose wisdom. They choose softness. They choose silence when silence will protect the relationship. In a marriage built on Imaan, the husband and wife learn to speak from the heart, not from the ego. When they are hurt, they express it calmly. When they are confused, they ask instead of assuming. When they are angry, they wait until the heart cools down. They remember that Shaitan waits for the moment anger opens the door, because anger is his easiest tool to destroy love. Communication becomes a bridge, not a battlefield. Even difficult topics are handled with respect. No insults, no shouting, no reminders of old mistakes. Just two people trying to fix what is broken, not break each other. A husband with Imaan does not raise his voice just to feel powerful. A wife with Imaan does not use her words to stab her spouse's heart. They both know that dignity is a gift, and once you humiliate someone you love, a part of the relationship dies inside them. Sometimes, the most powerful sentence in a marriage is not, "I am right." It is, "Let's fix this together." Sometimes the most beautiful words are not romantic, but sincere. "I am sorry. I understand you. I didn't realize that hurt you. Thank you for your patience." When a couple talks with mercy, trust grows, respect grows, love grows. Even mistakes turn into opportunities to learn. Communication becomes a shelter, not a storm. A safe space, not a battlefield. And when kindness becomes the language of a home, Allah fills that home with sakina, peace that settles in the heart, peace that stays in the air, peace that protects the marriage from falling apart. A marriage rooted in Imaan protects itself from the eyes, opinions, and interference of the world. Not every disagreement needs an audience. Not every mistake needs a witness. When a husband and wife understand the value of privacy, their home becomes stronger. Their trust becomes deeper. Problems begin when couples start sharing their private issues with friends, social media, or family members. Outsiders may listen, but they rarely heal. They add opinions, they add whispers, they add doubts. What could have been solved with one calm conversation turns into a storm because too many voices entered a space that was supposed to belong only to two hearts. A believing couple knows that marriage is sacred. What happens inside the home stays inside. If there is an issue, they discuss it privately, respectfully, and directly. They do not expose each other's weaknesses. They do not mock each other in front of others. They do not share personal arguments online. They protect each other's dignity, even in anger. A husband with Imaan never lets the world see the flaws of his wife. A wife with Imaan never lets her friends hear the mistakes of her husband. They cover each other the way Allah covers them. They know that once people start talking, respect starts disappearing. Privacy is not about hiding problems. It is about solving them safely. It is about protecting the heart of the person you love. It is about making sure no third person becomes the reason two people fall apart. So they communicate directly, not through relatives or outsiders. They vent to Allah in dua, not to the world in gossip. When a marriage chooses privacy, something beautiful happens. Trust grows, loyalty grows, peace grows. The couple feels like a safe space for each other, not a threat. They know they can be vulnerable without being exposed. And Allah places barakah in marriages that protect each other's honor, because a relationship guarded from the world becomes a relationship guarded by Allah. No marriage is free from tests. Even the most loving couples go through silent nights, heavy hearts, misunderstandings, and moments where everything feels harder than before. Money problems, family pressure, sickness, distance, stress, or simple misunderstandings can shake a relationship. But when a marriage is built on Imaan, tests do not destroy the home. They make it stronger. A couple with faith understands that trials are part of life. Allah never said marriage would be easy. He said that if you remain patient, grateful, and truthful, He will send mercy that turns pain into wisdom. When a marriage is guided by Imaan, the husband and wife do not see each other as the enemy. They see the test as the enemy. They stand on the same side, even when life pushes them down. Some days, one heart will be tired. Some days, the other heart will feel weak. But when one falls, the other lifts. When one cries, the other comforts. When one doubts, the other reminds them of Allah. That is what it means to be a team for the sake of Allah. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to us?" they say, "We will get through this with sabr and dua." Instead of running away from problems, they try to fix them before sunset. Instead of letting shaitan whisper anger, they remember that every difficulty is temporary, but rewards from Allah are eternal. Tests reveal what love is made of. Anyone can love during ease, but those who stay loyal during hardship are the ones whose hearts Allah strengthens. When they face challenges, they do not punish each other with silence. They do not threaten divorce with every argument. They do not speak to break one another. They speak to heal. And sometimes, the test is not outside. It is inside the heart. Pride, ego, jealousy, impatience, these can ruin a marriage faster than anything from the outside. But when Imaan is present, both spouses fight their ego, not each other. They apologize even when it is difficult. They forgive even when they are still hurting. They choose love over pride, and Allah rewards that with peace. A marriage that survives a storm does not remain the same. It becomes deeper, softer, wiser, and more connected. The couple learns that every test is a door. You can walk through it together or walk away alone. Believers choose to walk through it side by side, holding on to each other and holding on to Allah. Because a marriage built on Imaan knows one truth: when Allah is the center, nothing can tear the hearts apart. When a marriage is guided by Imaan, the home stops being just a building of walls and furniture. It becomes a sanctuary, a place where hearts rest, where tired souls recover, where the noise of the world cannot enter. A home built on faith feels different the moment you walk inside. The atmosphere is calm, the energy is pure, and the hearts inside feel safe. Peace in a marriage is not found by having a big house, expensive furniture, or a perfect lifestyle. Peace comes when Allah is remembered inside the home. It comes when the Quran is recited, when Salah is prayed on time, when forgiveness is practiced, and when silence is filled with gratitude instead of anger. When a husband and wife remember Allah together, their home gains a special protection. Angels enter, shaitan leaves, mercy descends, and barakah settles in every corner. Even during difficult days, the walls of the home protect their hearts instead of suffocating them. A believing couple fills their home with dignity, modesty, and compassion, not shouting, insults, or blame. Sometimes the world outside will be loud, stressful, and cruel. Work may exhaust the heart, relatives may cause pressure, Life may feel heavy, but when the front door closes and the home becomes a place of peace, the heart heals. The greatest blessing in marriage is not excitement, it is tranquility. To come home and feel understood. To come home and not be judged. To come home and feel safe. A peaceful home does not mean there are no problems. It means problems are handled with wisdom. It means voices do not rise just because anger rises. It means apologies are not delayed just because ego stands in the way. When Imaan guides the atmosphere of a home, love grows silently and beautifully. Even small actions become acts of love, making tea, a gentle smile, a warm conversation, a soft, "Are you okay?" a simple, "Alhamdulillah" for you. Children raised in peaceful homes grow with calmer hearts. They learn what mercy looks like. They learn what respect sounds like. They learn that marriage is not a battlefield, but a shelter. And even if there are no children, the angels witness the beauty inside that home. And the most beautiful part is this: when Allah places peace between two hearts, nothing in this world can remove it. Not distance, not difficulty, not fear, not time. Because a peaceful home is not built by human love alone, it is built by Allah's mercy. And whatever Allah supports becomes strong, unshakable, and full of blessings. In a world where relationships are often based on pleasure, lies, and temporary attachment, a marriage built on Iman looks completely different. Love is no longer a game. It is not hidden, not secret, not filled with fear or guilt. It becomes halal, loyal, and pure. A husband with Iman protects his wife's heart the way he protects his own prayer. He guards her dignity, he keeps her secrets, he never allows anyone to disrespect her, and he never lets the world see her weaknesses. His love is not cheap, not playful, and not seasonal. His loyalty is not a favor, it is a responsibility. He understands that Allah trusted him with a woman's heart, and he will answer for how he treated it. A wife with Iman protects her husband's honor the way she protects her chastity. She does not compare him to others, she does not humiliate him when she is angry, and she does not let outsiders fill her heart with doubts. She respects him in private and in public. She speaks with dignity, and her loyalty does not disappear when he makes mistakes. Her love is not based on money or perfection. It is based on faith and commitment. In a marriage guided by Iman, both understand that love is not just a feeling. It is an amana, a trust from Allah. They do not flirt with others. They do not entertain haram conversations. They do not allow social media to destroy their home. They know that Shaitan breaks marriages through the smallest cracks, so they close every door that leads to betrayal or temptation. Their love becomes pure because it is protected. It becomes loyal because it is tied to Allah. It becomes safe because it is built on responsibility, not desire. And the most beautiful part is that love does not decrease with time. It grows, it matures. It becomes deeper, calmer, and more meaningful. True love in Islam has three qualities: modesty, faithfulness, and respect. It does not need loud words or dramatic gestures. Sometimes love is quiet. Sometimes love is just staying. Sometimes love is patience, forgiveness, and silent dua in the middle of the night. And when love becomes halal, loyal, and pure, hearts do not fear losing each other, because anything protected by Allah cannot be stolen by the world. The most beautiful part of a marriage built on Iman is not what happens in this world, it is what waits in the next. When two people love each other for the sake of Allah, every moment, every tear, every sacrifice, every prayer becomes an investment in the hereafter. Their marriage is not just a journey of dunya, it becomes a journey toward Jannah. A believing couple understands that life will end, beauty will fade, and time will pass. One day, both will return to the dust. But the love that was sincere, modest, halal, and filled with patience does not disappear with death. Allah reunites hearts that loved each other through Him. And when Allah reunites, there is no separation after that. Imagine standing on the Day of Judgment, and Allah brings your spouse to you and says, "You tried, you forgave, you stayed loyal, you protected each other from sin, you prayed for each other when no one saw. Enter Jannah together." That moment will be worth every hardship you survived on earth. True marriage in Islam is not measured by how perfectly two people lived, but by how sincerely they tried. A perfect couple does not exist. A faithful couple does. They will have arguments, misunderstandings, tears, and silent nights. But even in those moments, they remember Allah, they come back to each other, and they refuse to let Shaitan win. Jannah is not for those who never struggled. Jannah is for those who struggled and kept going. Sometimes, what takes a couple to Jannah is not the happy days, but the difficult ones. The days they forgave despite pain, the days they were patient despite anger, the days they chose love despite disappointment, the days they made dua for each other even when they felt weak. A marriage built on faith is not about being perfect. It is about being sincere. It is about knowing that you are walking side by side toward Allah, and if one falls, the other lifts. If one cries, the other comforts. If one loses hope, the other reminds them of Jannah. The greatest success in marriage is not living a long life together. It is being reunited in paradise forever, a place with no arguments, no tears, no distance, no fear of losing each other. Just eternal peace, eternal youth, eternal happiness, and eternal love. Because a love that was written by Allah never ends at the grave. It continues when Allah says, "Welcome home." Marriage is not just two people living together. It is two souls reflecting each other. It becomes a mirror that shows you your character in a way no one else ever could. Before marriage, a person might believe they are patient, kind, calm, generous, or understanding. But marriage exposes the truth. It reveals how you act when you are tired, frustrated, ignored, disappointed, or challenged. Living alone hides your weaknesses. Marriage brings them to the surface. It shows you how you handle anger, how you respond to discomfort, how quickly your ego rises, how deeply your jealousy hides, and how easily your tongue can hurt someone. Many people think marriage changes a person. In reality, marriage uncovers who they truly were all along. But this is not something to fear. It is a blessing, because you cannot purify something you never saw. A believing husband and wife take these moments as opportunities for growth, not as reasons to blame one another. When they see impatience, they try to fix it. When they notice ego, they try to soften it. When they recognize selfishness, they learn to sacrifice. They use marriage as a path to becoming better Muslims, better humans, and better partners. If you are married to someone who points out your mistakes kindly, that person is a gift. If you are able to admit when you are wrong, that is maturity. If you can apologize without excuses, that is strength. Many marriages fail, not because people are bad, but because they refuse to learn from their reflection. Marriage teaches you how to love even when you're upset, how to speak gently when you feel angry, how to forgive when you feel hurt, and how to give when you feel empty. These lessons are not easy, but they purify the heart. Sometimes, marriage will show you how broken you are, how easily you get irritated, how fast you stop communicating, how quickly you assume. This realization is painful, but it is also healing, because once you see your wounds, you can ask Allah to fix them. Once you know your weaknesses, you can ask Allah to turn them into strengths. Marriage teaches humility. It teaches that you are not always right. It teaches that your emotions are not always the truth. It teaches that silence is sometimes wiser than shouting, and listening is sometimes more powerful than speaking. A successful marriage is not made of two perfect people. It is made of two people who are willing to grow. Two people who are brave enough to face their flaws, gentle enough to change them, and patient enough to help each other become better. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said that the best believer is the one with the best character. Marriage gives you the chance to develop that character every single day. Not through big speeches, but through small actions. Holding back anger, staying kind, lowering your voice, saying sorry first, choosing peace over ego. Marriage does not just teach you who your spouse is. It teaches you who you are not, and who you need to become. And when two people learn, grow, and purify themselves for Allah, their hearts turn into something more beautiful than they ever imagined. Many marriages do not fail because of major betrayal or huge mistakes. Sometimes they fade slowly because gratitude disappears. When a husband or wife stops feeling appreciated, the heart becomes heavy, and the relationship starts to lose its warmth. Gratitude is not just a small gesture in marriage, it is nourishment for the heart. A believer understands that every act of kindness, no matter how small, deserves appreciation. When a husband returns home, tired from work, a simple "thank you for trying" can heal his heart. When a wife spends her day caring for the home, the children, or the marriage, a gentle "I appreciate what you do" can lighten her entire soul. These small words are not small in the sight of Allah. They are sadaqah. Gratitude is not only through words, it is through actions, respect, and kindness. Sometimes gratitude is shown by bringing a glass of water, helping with chores, listening carefully, putting away your phone and giving attention, or simply sitting together in peace. These small gestures build a big love. A marriage without gratitude becomes dry. People begin to feel invisible. Their efforts feel unnoticed. Their sacrifices feel unimportant. When appreciation dies, motivation dies with it. But when gratitude is alive, the relationship becomes full of barakah. Even simple actions feel meaningful. Gratitude protects a marriage from comparison. A grateful husband does not compare his wife to other women. A grateful wife does not compare her husband to other men. They look at each other and say, "Alhamdulillah for what Allah has given me." This contentment brings peace into the home, and Allah blesses the couple with more. When couples stop complaining and start appreciating, love becomes easier. Hearts feel lighter. Fights become shorter. Forgiveness becomes quicker. Gratitude reminds both spouses of the good in each other. It helps them remember why they chose each other in the first place. Even during difficult days, gratitude matters. You may not be happy with everything, but there is always something to thank Allah for. Health, safety, a roof, food, a family, another day together. When a couple says, "Alhamdulillah" together, barakah enters their home in ways they cannot see. People think love grows from romance. Islam teaches that love grows from gratitude. Because when you thank someone for a blessing, Allah keeps that blessing in your life. And when you thank Allah for your spouse, Allah increases mercy between your hearts. A grateful marriage is a peaceful marriage. It does not need fancy gifts or dramatic gestures, just soft words, kind voices, and hearts that notice the beauty in each other. Marriage in Islam was never meant to be a perfect story with perfect people. It was meant to be a journey of growth, healing, sacrifice, and faith. Two hearts learning how to love for the sake of Allah, not just for the sake of emotions. Two souls building a life that brings them closer to Jannah, not just closer to each other. There will be days of joy and days of silence, days where love feels strong and days where love feels tired. There will be mistakes, misunderstandings, and moments that test patience. But what makes a marriage successful is not the absence of problems, it is the presence of Imaan. A believing couple does not run away when things get hard. They sit, they talk, they forgive, they pray, and they try again. They choose mercy over ego, patience over anger, loyalty over temptation, and faith over fear. They ask Allah to soften their hearts, protect their home, and fill their relationship with sakina. If Allah is the center of a marriage, everything else falls into place. Hearts become gentle, words become kind, homes become peaceful, and love becomes pure. In the end, the real success of a marriage is not how long two people live together in dunya, but whether Allah reunites them in Jannah forever. A place with no arguments, no pain, no misunderstandings, no goodbyes, just eternal peace, eternal love, and eternal joy. So treat your spouse with mercy. Speak with kindness, forgive quickly, appreciate deeply, make dua silently, and remember that the best love story is not written by the world, it is written by Allah. May Allah bless every marriage with peace, mercy, loyalty, forgiveness, and barakah. May He soften our hearts, protect our homes, and unite us with the ones we love in Jannah. Ameen.